I'm Real Generic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 10, Volume 6. This week I've chosen a shorter one. I've chosen a C15 because we're going to do this one, because I promised it last week, because I didn't think there was a lot on the tape last week, so I said I'll do this one as well as, but this is the one we're going to do as well. So this is Ghostly Grange, Brainstorm, and Pentomania. So let's have a little look at the other tape that I've selected. Now, I selected this specifically because it seems like it might have a version of a game, it's an EMI tape of a game that we were playing this week on the Arcade Challenge, which is Frogger, because we've got Froggy, which I'm going to assume is a version of Frogger. I'm really much hoping it's a version of Frogger. And then on the other side, I mean, there's quite a lot on here. We've got Froggy with the joystick. We've got Corridors of Eon, I think, and Killer Kong, which is basically a version of... Is that the second version of Donkey Kong? I can't remember, but it's certainly a Kong version game. So I just quite fancied it because of the fact that it's got a Frogger on there, so we can give it a try. I'm going to assume it's Frogger. It may or may not be. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get this into a tape drive. Okay, so the tape is in the drive and we're ready to go. So we'll go down our old favourite, load it. So there we go, basic. Load it. Or load speech marks. And this should be by Ultimate Play the Game or Ashby Computer Graphics or Games. I can never remember. I always get that wrong in my head. I don't know what it is by my head and that. I always seem to get that one a little bit wrong. So Ashby Computer Graphics, I think it is. Being a little robot that basically guards the Megadaphodillos or something similar like that. It's got a great name, actually, if you read the actual manual. It actually says it's like a Megadaphodillos something or other. And if you manage to let all the leaves grow on the edge of it quicker... Oh. Stop the tape. I've stopped the tape. Oh, right. The keys are... Oh, look, somebody's actually put in a... Somebody's actually put a little thing in the beginning of it. That's kind of interesting. So I've never seen that before. Alright, press the key when ready. Start the tape. That's interesting. That's somebody actually putting the effort of putting some instructions on the front of it. That's kind of clever. I like that. So you've actually got the controls built in there ready to go. I wonder if they put the pokes in. I've got coffee, by the way. I hope you've got coffee. I hope you've got a beverage. You've got a beverage. Hands up with a beverage or something. I don't know. We're doing some I don't know, techno moves, big box, small box thing because we've got a beverage. But I've got a beverage. I'm enjoying my coffee actually. Hang on. Okay, let's get on with the rest of the... Let's get on with what's on the tape, and let's put that beverage to one side. So let's just put that in a sensible place. Right, okay. So you're basically a pest control robot. They have remade this recently, I think, and called him something like Robbie the Robot, but not like in Robbie the Robot in the sense of Forbidden Planet Robbie the Robot. And he basically guards, as I say, that daffodilly type thing. The daffodilly tremendous, largest, humongous, or something similar. As I say, it's got a ridiculous name. It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or whatever it is. That can't remember the whole words to that one. I do know the name for, or the Latin. Is it the Latin name? Probably not the Latin name, but the name for mad cow disease, which is bovine spongiform encephalopathy. These are useless things that you pick up along the way. But yeah, that's the mad cow disease. So ridiculously long words that are completely useful. Or useless. I said useful there, but it's not useful, is it? I'm not sure I can... I suppose if I was calling some sort of... I was offended in a shop supermarket and some lady was going past me, I'd say you're a bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Or have bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Possibly. You know, bad cow. Get it? Okay, anyway, so stop abusing people. Let's carry on. So yeah, this is one of their sort of smaller arcadey type games, sort of a strange sort of simple single screen thing. And I always hated the fact that the keys were right across the line. So it's Q, W, E, T, So ERT, and so the QWERTY basically, it's like Cannonball across there with the fire thing. It's always a bit annoying, but basically you pick up cans of spray to kill different types of bugs. So different bugs are killed by different types of spray, which is pretty simple. And it's a good game. It's a good little game. I'm interested to see what happens with the next one, because we've got Froggy next. So it's got Kempston joystick on here, which we don't have with Kempston's attached, but we do have these. Spray the bugs. So I think we need the blue one for these first bugs. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, that's it. We've got to stop them eating the Daffodilus or Maximus. There we go. We've got to shoot them. It's a good game because it's just simple. I like good simple games. It's a simple thing. And if you get them to keep the leaves on it, it grows faster. Thus the level passes faster. I don't think you get a score bonus for the extra leaves. So I don't know what the benefit of actually doing it is. You would assume it would be better points or something similar, but it doesn't really follow that that's the case. But I like this because it's just a simple arcade game and it works really well. And on the Spectrum it runs really well too. It's a cracking little game. I've got myself properly going here, haven't I? Look at this. I've got myself in a little rhythm of killing these bug things. I'm not getting killed by them. Lovely little bits of animation on them. Yeah, a bit of colour clash, but we can live with that. Nice to see lots of colour on the screen. I like the mix of the red and yellow at the bottom to sort of give a brownish colour. I quite like that. I like that when people do that. Sort of overlapping things to give it a brownish colour. I wonder how successful this was. I wonder how many copies they sold of it. I mean, obviously the Ultimate Play, the game, went on to be Rare. I wonder if there's anybody left from Ultimate that still works for Rare. I'll be interested to know that, because of course Microsoft bought Rare, didn't they? Or certainly have owned that development house. There we go. A Mega Daffodilus has bloomed, and that's the first level over. Cracking little game. And so's Frogger if Frogger's around. Yeah, he needs that. Now let's swap this back here. Let's get this one for here, because you need specific ones for specific bugs. If you don't have the right one, you can't kill it. So you can't kill these ones without the right bug spray. And then we need this one. Get off my plant. They slow it down, slow its growth down when they do that. So let's swap my tin for another one. He's gone straight for it. He's ate one of my leaves. So he's eating the stalk. Get off my stalk. Get this one here. Actually was probably a bad move clearing that one out, because I've now released these creatures to do it. So he gets frozen by it, but doesn't die on it. It's sort of he's immune to its powers. Let's get this one here. There, get off that. Get off my leaf. I'll pop that down there. Let's get this here. I'm just going to guard it for a bit and let it grow, because these guys aren't doing that much harm yet. Now I've got, unfortunately, released some of the furry ones. Sort of furry bugs, the furry garden bugs. There we go. Bye-bye, furry garden bugs. Let's see if we can get that. It's almost there. I need to get up the top there. Prevent that furry creature eating it. There's another one there. Oh God, we got them. All of them are coming in. And there's the caterpillar wormy things going for it. Get off my garden. So it gets more and more challenging as it goes along, but there we go. Another Mega Daffodilus. Another one created. So how's everybody's week been? You all had a good week? Have we been have we been busy? Oh, we need bug spray, water for these, and then we need some of this. It's not going well. Get off my plant. Yeah, how's everybody's week gone? Mine's been all right actually. Busy, but all right. Back in doing things for the NHS this week, so busy with them. Okay. Was that my first life gone? I think it was. Oh, I picked up the wrong one. Oh, I picked up the wrong one again. I need this one. There's bonus points there in the old grow thing there at the top, look. And Ah, that was a bit slow there. There's a grow one. There we go. Extra grow points. These wasps aren't very good, actually. I don't like them. They're kind of vicious, like normal wasps are. Discussing hornets the other day with somebody. Hornets in the UK can grow to 5.5 centimeters long. That's pretty blooming big for something that stings. But apparently they're not as aggressive as wasps. I remember being stung by one as a kid, and it hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. I'm not doing very well here. Come on. Ouch. Oh, game over. Good score, though. Did really well on that one. What a great first start. Now we've got Froggy to come, so should we try Froggy? Let's get Froggy on here. Frogger, it's just one of those games I kind of liked. It came on cassette on Cascade 50, and there was a sort of a basic version, because they're all basic games on Cascade 50. And I always quite liked it because you could re-edit it and make it better. And although it was totally unresponsive, it wasn't a responsive program. It was quite impressive, really. It was quite fun to be able to re-edit it yourself on the Cascade 50 anyway. The game itself, though, is a bit of a... Yeah, it's a good game. I like Frogger. I think it's simple, you know. Frog crosses road, frog crosses river, gets into his little home at the other side, jumps on effectively a lily pad and gets himself on the other side. That was it. So I always quite like that. I'm just hoping this is actually Frogger, but I just chose it because it said Froggy. Compatible with joystick. For the cameras, please load the other side tape. Somebody's put real effort into this, actually. They've built oh, look, instructions. They've actually put the instructions in. That's kind of cool. I'm very impressed by the effort made by somebody here to do this. Copyright 1983. Keyboard version. Yeah, this is the keyboard version. Joystick version's on the other side. DJL software. Yeah, lovely. What's the controls? It did say instructions there, didn't it? But it's completely lied to me. There's no instructions here at all. I like the way the colour is yellow, by the way. It's coloured in yellow. As you would. I'm surprised it wasn't green. Like in frogs. You know, green frogs. Mind you, get coloured frogs, don't you? You get some beautiful tropical float frogs that are lots of different colours. They're always very cool. I always think they look really good. Especially those sort of, you know, there's tree ones that sort of they've got like orange bellies and green backs. They're really quite nice and large sort of webbed fingers. Kind of cool. They're the ones that can fly as well, or sort of fly. Glide, anyway. It's not fly, glide. I mean, imagine flying frogs. It's not really Wizard of Oz, is it? Did they have flying frogs in that? Or was it flying monkeys? They had flying monkeys, didn't they? But I'm sure there's something to do with frogs. God, my brain is so like a sieve sometimes when it comes to information. I've had a haircut. It was very exciting. First time ages. I think that's it. I think it's loaded. I've had a haircut. First time since the beginning of the year. My hair was quite long. My beard was quite bushy. And now I've got a nice trimmed beard. Nice, beautiful, trimmed. And I've got a nice short haircut. It's quite surprising. I'm 10 times more handsome than I was originally. Even more handsome. Coffee drink first, and then we'll get on to the next bit. Oh, coffee's good. Right, keyboard version. Nothing's happening. Keyboard, Froggy. I'm pushing every key on the keyboard now. Oh, come on. Every key on the keyboard has almost been pressed. I have pressed every key on the keyboard. I wonder what the controls are for Froggy. I've never played Froggy before. Anybody else played Froggy? Is it a game you've played before? It's typical of lots on the tape this. However, to be fair, it's a 128k machine, so there's a chance. I'm just seeing if there's any more data on there. I'm going to have a little look and see if I can... Oh, there is something else to load there. Right, okay, well, let's give it a reset in a second, but let's see if I can find a button to press. Last time round, it was something so simple, I was kind of confused myself whether or not I could actually... that I was making a mistake. Oh, and it looks like a good version as well, which is even worse. Oh, my goodness, I hate that, when they would look like a good version. Oh, it does as well, it looks brilliant. 16k game, Froggy, converted from, aka Frogger, from the ZX81 version. Wow, that looks really good. What's the keys? Is there a keyboard for it? Keyboard controls. What's the instructions? There's instructions. Let's see if I can find the instructions. Original release by DJL Software. Let's see if I can find the instructions. Oh, it looks really good, that as well. I bet that's really uncommon as well as a game. It looks brilliant, and what's worse is there looks like there's two variants of it, of the game. There's two that came out. There was a re-release. The keys are 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, and it's not starting at all. Let's see what's on the end of here, because it may be another one. Let's try this other one. Let's see what's loading on the end of here. That looks really good as well. It's like it's bizarre though, because what it's got is on the second edition. I'm guessing it's the second edition of the cover. Is it's got a little frog. I'm going to start loading this while that's doing that. It's got a little frog in a nappy on the road with a car driving at it, with crocodiles in the river, logs, and obviously the home bit at the other side. So it's suggesting, I guess, that this is that there's a baby frog here. This is a baby frog. We're saving a baby frog from death. The object again is guide a frog across the rain road, across the logs, and into the opposite side. It looks really good. I noticed there's two versions here. Is this keyboard? Oh, it's a keyboard version. Wasn't that the keyboard version we just had? Froggy. Well, we'll see what happens. Whether or not it's slightly different. But we've got two sets of Froggy on here. That looks really good, though. I bet that's a really uncommon game. I really like the cover on that. The first cover is more traditional sort of Frogger looking like. It's got like open bits and pieces. It's got a frog on the road crossing it. And it kind of gives away that it's purely Frogger. Whereas the other one is clearly Frogger. But it's just so... Oh, that's a much better loading screen. Why was the other one so different in comparison? Was that just instructions or something similar? Maybe that was like just the title part of it. Either way... The first cover is very much, you know, the turtles in the river, the logs, the crocodiles, the road, and all the other stuff. But the second one with that sort of babyfied frog, it's just a very interesting version. I really like the look of that. 1982 this was originally released, it seems, or 1983 it says on there. So this is the later version of it. This may be the re-release. 82 is the copyright date on the original documentation. Ooh, I bet that's really uncommon though. But that's super rare. Not that I've looked for it in any particular, you know, reason. I just wonder if where it would be. And there was an advert that he posted as well. Ah, there we go. S to start the game. Do 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 do. There we go. There we go. So they took it. It's very good. Oh, I jumped in the river. I'd like to get one home because I had a really bad time with this week's 20p arcade challenge. It was pretty rough. I did a terrible job of it. Oh, I jumped in the water again. What an idiot. There we go. Yay! One frog home! Okay. I'm going to go on here. I'm going to go all the way along and get a log further up. Oh, what did I jump in the water for? I get myself excited and just jump before I can do it. I did that on the arcade challenge as well. It's just totally all over the place. Where's the little... Oh, damn. They started to swap and I didn't... It's a pretty good version, actually. Oh, gosh. I'm so bad at this. Well, I got one frog home. Oh, the old death march. And then enter. It's me. The old generic demon. There we are. That was quite good. I quite liked that. I'm not sure I'm going to have another go because we've got a lot to get through today. So we'll come back to see if there's anything else. But yeah, that was quite good. I quite enjoyed that. That was Froggy. Froggy looked good that one, didn't it? Right. Okay. Let's flip the tape over because we're done that side. I know it says Froggy. This could just be Froggy again here, but we'll see. It's a very quick loader, so we'll see. If it's Froggy, they did say that the joystick version was on the other side, and it says Froggy on this side as well, joystick version. So I haven't got Kempston joystick connected. Actually, I think it would be easier with the Kempston joystick, much easier to manoeuvre yourself around in the long run. So maybe they want to do. I hadn't realised though. It seems that Frogger was kind of manufactured and published by lots of people. It seems that Sega, Konami, even Atari released Frogger in some form or another. So it's kind of an odd one, realistically. This isn't going to work very well because we're going to do that. It's not going to load and work because I haven't got a Kempston joystick connected. But we'll just skip through it after we've done that. But yeah, no, just interesting how many people had variations of this game that seem to be under their name or their label. It's kind of weird, actually, that. They must have sold it en masse. Back in the day, though, that happened. I mean, do you remember Jet Set? Was it Jet Set Willy or Manic Miner, or was it both? I think it was Manic Miner. Manic Miner was sold through Bug Bites and Software Projects, and I think Bug Bites asked Matt Smith to make some alterations to his program, and they have slightly different creatures in it, I think. Or am I completely wrong? Or is that when they? Or did they do Jet Set Willy together? No, they didn't, did they? It was two different. There was only Software Project, I think, for Jet Set Willy. But either way, that's the point. The thing they could sell it to multiple people at multiple different times to multiple things. And my Xbox One has just turned itself on, as if by magic. Let me just turn that off. Go off. So I mean, that's, apart from haircuts and a little bit more freedom and a bit more sort of charity shop hunting and all the other bits and pieces, I tell you what else has appeared recently, and I don't know if you follow the news on this one, but I do, because I bought into the concept early on. I thought it was quite a good concept, and I quite liked the idea of the Evercade. I bought the handheld. I liked the look of the handheld. I think we need a joystick to get this to work. Yes, we do. So that's not going to work. So we'll go on to the next one. So I bought the Evercade when it first released, and I kind of like it. I mean, I more than like it. I think it's a brilliant little console. I like the idea of licensed cartridges with the manuals that come with them, and now they're doing stickers and posters that go in with them, and they've got a cartridge, you've got a thing goes in there, and now they've done the Evercade Versus, which is basically an Evercade that connects to your telly. It's relatively cheap. It's going to be £100 or what, £90, I think it's 98, 99.90 or something like that, or 95 or something. Anyway, it's going to be a cheap little unit. It's not going to be an expensive unit. So. Nah, I'm not liking that. It's going to be a cheap unit anyway, and allows you to put 2 of the original Evercade cartridges that you got from the original system into it, which is really nice. I'm going to pop this into another drive, and we're going to give it a try, which is really nice, I think, and you can have up to 4 players connected to it via controllers that you can have, and you can even use the Evercade itself as a controller as part of that whole thing. Great idea. I really like that. I really like the whole concept of that. I like the idea of doing retro games like that. And there's a lot of people poo-pooing it, going, "Oh, I can do that on a Raspberry Pi." Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Most definitely. At the end of the day, it's still emulation. You can still do it through that. That's absolutely fine. I understand that, but. These guys are actually creating a way of preserving some classics, and I know that the emulation that's on the cartridge and the device itself is just a little Cortex processor, but it's emulation on the cartridge, and there's some preservation going on here, and hopefully the money isn't going into the pocket of some corporation. I'm sure it will be in some cases in the case of the licensing fees, but the point is, you've got another. I'm just watching that. You've basically got another version of the game that previously you might not have had. So a bit loud, I think, for it. Let's see if this works. Come on. That's not very good, is it? We don't like that. But you can poo-poo it to your heart's content. But I bought into it early on, and now. looking over my shoulder because the latest one was released. The latest ones were released. There was latest ones were released. We're up to cartridge 16, and there's over 280 games that are available, officially licensed from Atari and so on and so forth, now available for this little device. And it's a lovely little handheld. It plays really well. The controller's really nice. Somebody made some time and actual effort to it. It's not. I mean, somebody reminded me of the Ouya the other day. Do you remember the Ouya, which is going to be this game-changing open source Android device that was going to make the world a better place and all this kind of stuff? Yeah, do you remember the Ouya? And the controller was going to be fantastic, and this, that, and the other. And actually, the controller turned out to be a bit pants. It was a bit of a funny shape. It was kind of more like two stones stuck together with a bit between them, and it was a very uncomfortable controller. Unlike the Evercade, which is actually a very comfortable little controller. And the effort was made, and the design effort was made, and everything fits together beautifully, and it works really well. Now, I'm just, by the way, I'm going to search for this Corridors or whatever it's called that's written on top of this thing, and see if I can find it on PlayZX, as we can't find it on there. Let's just do that quickly while we're doing that. But I don't know. I've got one. I play on mine. I walk around with it, and people are saying, "Well, why would you want it as a console as well?" Because I actually quite like playing consoleized things, and especially some of the multiplayer games. I all play with my kids. So these older games that are much more from a simpler time, which are really quite nice to play, are great for children, you know, and even the younger children and the older ones. I think they're good because they're simple. Right, okay, it's a release of a program called... sorry, it's not a re-release. I've got original one. New Generation Software from 1983. It's called The Corridors of Genon. I've never heard of it, but we're going to give it a go now. That's what it's called. So let's push the play button here. It's quite a quick loader, so we're okay with that. Lines aren't particularly good, but we'll live with it. Genon. Sounds like something from Star Wars, doesn't it? Was it planet Geonosis? Geonosis, the planet with all those bug creatures, which were perfectly reasonable to kill. You know, the ones that look like flies. It's like planet of the flies. So it was all right for Jedi's to kill them and droids. You know, so it wasn't a humanized thing. They completely dehumanized what was effectively the Empire causing a ripple that made a futuristic thing. When's the Bad Batch out, by the way? I don't know when that's out, but that's just an aside anyway. So, but yeah, back to the Evercade. I'm really sold by the Evercade. That when you open up, you get a manual, you get a cartridge, you get a box. No cartridge box costs less. No cartridge is more expensive than £15. It's £14.99 for each one, and you get a minimum of, the lowest one I've seen is 2 games, which is basically 2 really expensive games now if you want to buy them other ways, which was Xenon Crisis and Tanglewood, both of which are brand new homebrews. And then you've got packs where you get 20 games, so they're all Atari games, Atari 2600, 520, 5200, and the 7800 ones. So you've got boxes like that with those in. You've got the ones that I picked up the other day that arrived, because I got both of them. They seem to be doing small batches. I got both of them. It's the Pico collection, which includes, and again, just so I can see it, includes Beast Ball, Soccer Boy. What else does it go on it? Top Racer. Sorry, I can't see it very well with my glasses on. Number of other games that I just can't read at the moment. Jelco collection. It's just I can't see that very well with my eyesight, and the lights in the room's not on. It's got a lot of the old Jelco games from the arcade on there. To be honest with you, the Earth Defense Force, shoot 'em up, good one. I mean, to be fair, what other way would you be able to own some of these if they were arcade games? Yes, you can buy the Mega Drive and the Master System versions and all this kind of stuff of things, but they're just really, I like them. They're nice and small, they're nice and compact, and if you're collecting for the if you're collecting for something like the Switch anyway, it's no different than that. You're just getting some of the older games, and you should be supporting physical media. People who do physical media should be actually supported. They shouldn't be poo-pooed because they're trying to destroy that. The games makers, they want you on a drip of paying them every month for access to their games, which are partially finished. And by the way, you'll have to pay for DLC, because that's the problem with it. It's an on-drip thing. It's not good. It's not good. You don't want to be there. You really don't want to be there, and you should be very selective about what games you buy if they're not complete. as a digital thing, and you can still retain them after the servers go off, as Sony pointed out recently, has attempted to destroy that, then what's the point? Anyway, code breaking practice required. Yes, it is. I'm pressing 1. No? Typical. Yes. 1. This is going well. All the keys on the keyboard. Number 1. Break. Enter. Space. Oh, we're having fun here. This is one of them typical things where we're not getting further forward with the blooming thing. Killer Kong. Anybody played this game before? I don't recognise it. It's not one I've recognised, and we've got so many things to go through today. I mean, it looks like it could be interesting. I think it's a 16K game from what I can see from the size of it. It's just very tiny. I'm holding the number 1 down. 2 equals yes. Code breaking practice required. Yes. No, sorry. 1 equals yes. Sorry. 2 equals no. I don't know. Very annoying. Somebody was also comparing the Evercade Versus, which will be available to purchase and or pre-order in May, to the Super Retrocade, which is basically a preloaded thing with a number of games on it. But from what I understood, that's actually a pretty crappy little device. It's not very good at all. It's not particularly playable, if that makes sense. Some of the games look pretty poor. It's basically by Retrobit. Oh, okay. Now we're going to load again. Oh, we might as well give it another try, as it only takes a few minutes to load, so we might give it another try. Anyway, but from Retrobit, and I don't know, it just doesn't look, you know, it although the game's there, it's not the same difference. This is like just a device to run it, and they're going to change the interface as well for it, which is going to be nice. They did originally design the Evercade to be just a one-size-fits-all, i.e. there would be no firmware updates, but after they put it out and discovered the community said there was some issues, they actually created a firmware tool that we could use at home. It's not that they're the most intuitive, but I'm sure it'll improve over time. But that's the point. They actually went to the trouble of doing that for the community, and there's quite a strong... those people who are following it and enjoying it, and there's quite a strong Evercade community that's been developed. I mean, personally, I've pre-ordered every single cartridge they've got. There's another 4 to come, 2 more this year, and then some next year. Quite literally, that's what's to come this year. And I haven't had no problem doing that. I mean, if I paid, for the last one, I've got, how many games have I got for the last one? So I bought 2 packs, so basically it's just under £30. So £39 or something, whatever else it is. I got in the gel code collection. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in that pack, and I got in the other one, which is the Pico collection, which is basically some games that were never released and a number of other things. I got 13 games in that, so I got 23 games that I can play on the walking around with my Evercade, or I can plug it to the telly. And I say it's not bad. It's not bad for your money. It really isn't. I'm busy waxing lyrical about it, but it's not an expensive thing either. I mean, the base unit itself to buy the Evercade at the moment, I think it's £60, and it includes 1 cartridge. And if you pay £80, you can have 3 cartridges straight away, including the Namco collection. I have to admit, the Atari ones don't excite me that much, because I was never an Atari kid, if that makes sense. Code breaking practice, yes. Same scenario, I'm stuck in the same blooming place. I was trying to press the button before it went to there. I'm still stuck in the same place. No! Still stuck. At least it was quick to load anyway. Let's go on. Let's see what else is here. So we've got the last one, which is Killer Kong. I'm sure that popped up last week. I'm not sure who this one's by, actually, Killer Kong. Well, anyway, but yeah, I'm busy telling you about it, but I actually think they're worth it. And I think those people who poo-pooing it just haven't tried it, or don't really understand what it is. It's a collector's console for people who like those older games, basically, and they're trying their best to fill it with hopefully some nostalgia for some people, and hopefully something new for those who want something new, because they are actually mixing in homebrew as well. There's actually a homebrew cartridge coming this year, I think it's later this year, which has got about 10 homebrew games, which include Game Boy homebrew games and Master System and NES ones and other things, which is a nice combination if you ask me. So yeah, I kind of appreciate the effort they're going to. I mean, I was on a thread where somebody was reviewing this thing, you know, or at least commenting on their feeling on the Evercade, and most people going, it's a no from me, it's a no from me, no from me. I think, to be honest with you, that we're the little. I know we're purists, some of us. I mean, I'm playing this on the original ZX Spectrum. However, I've got no objection if somebody wants to put Killer Kong on a Spectrum emulator. Why not? Why let these things die? You know, so for the sake of technology. And to be honest with you, a brand new device like this, which I think is very well designed and very well made, brand new device like this, hopefully it will give life to some games that might have otherwise completely disappeared into the wilderness. Unless you're Bubble Bobble, of course, because that's going to live forever. Everybody loves Bubble Bobble. Bubble Bobble is it's one of those games. It's a bit like Street Fighter 2, isn't it? Street Fighter 2 is never going to go anywhere. It's always going to be redone so many times forever. That and Bubble Bobble, and what's the other one? There's a few others, isn't there, like that? Pac-Man is another one that's very much goes round in circles. There's variations of Pac-Man, and there's just Pac-Man. And there's just so many games that have survived, that have continued to be, you know, redone over and over again, and re-released and re-released and re-released and re-released. And and to some extent, you probably own 20 copies of the particular game, but you love it, so you keep buying it, you know. But yeah, as I say, I have no objection though to those games that you might not have done. Killer Kong here is probably never going to appear again. This is really not. It's not. Honestly, Killer Kong is, you know, from G. Capewell here, it's probably never going to turn up again. So I don't recognise this version of Kong, actually. Not one I recognise. I'm going to quickly sip a coffee before we push buttons. Right. Am I actually in the game? Has it put me in already? Oh, it has. I wonder if Zero's jump. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, I can only jump straight up, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might have played this one before now looking at it. I like the text, though, for the numbers. Oh my goodness. This is harsh. Okay, up we go. And jump. 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 Up the ladder. Wait for that to go by. Let's go. Jump. Oh gosh. So close. Oh, I jumped too early. I jumped too early. Got to jump late on this. Let's go for it. Jump late. You have to stop to jump. Have you seen his awkward little legs though? They're all bent out of shape. Look at these little awkward little legs. They're little awkward legs. No wonder he has to jump. Oh sugar! Gotta be bang on with that blooming ladder. Killer Kong. Probably not the best version of Kong ever released. Okay. Oh god. I'm so excited to get up here. That's what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. I can't jump there! Sugar! That was harsh. I couldn't jump underneath that barrier there. That was really harsh. It was so close. Right, one more go, because I'm seeing... Well, one more set up running up the tier, see if we can get here. That's so close. I think it's just because he's sort of swaying backwards and forwards. I just think his legs look wonky, but they're not. He's not got wonky legs. It's just the way he kind of swings backwards and forwards, like he's like... I don't know, needs the wee or something like that. Needs to go to the toilet. Just got wonky legs. Oh, shit. Oops. Oh, horrendous. Cursor keys, 0. Horrible. Did anybody actually ever enjoy using cursor keys? I always thought it was mental that people thought that was a sensible way of doing it. Is this something to do with cursor joysticks? You know, were they actually cursor? I never actually saw a cursor joystick in my lifetime. I still haven't actually, come to think of it. I've collected a bonus, I think. Right. Oh, that's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible. There's no way to get through that. Quite literally, you can't get to the ladder fast enough to do it. Wow, that's pretty harsh. That is very harsh indeed. That's really, really harsh. Right, okay. On we go. So we're going to go on to this Ghostly Grange thing now. So I think it's on both. They're both on the same side, I think. Recorded on both sides. So Ghostly Grange, Brainstorm, and Pentomania. So we're going to rewind that tape, and we're going to push the button, and we're going to do that. That's harsh. That's really harsh. That's not even that's not even funny. Right. Okay. So this is the alternative triple decker 3. I haven't got the triple decker 2. I don't know how many there are of the alternative ones. There was a few alternative games. I remember getting, Rally Driver from Alternative Software. I really quite enjoyed that one. And then I discovered that there's like a big box version of it, which I've got now, which is quite impressive. So we got a few. I got a few games from them over time. Ghostly Grange, a haunting tale to chill you to the bone. Phil the ghost finds that he is not well when he returns home from a heavy spooking session around his favourite haunts. His residence is Poltergeist Place has been overrun by squatters. Not only must he scare them off, but he must clear up after them. He doesn't stand a ghost of a chance unless you help him. Get into the spirit. Oh my god, into the spirit of it. Oh, into the spirit of it. Your aim is to help Phil get rid of the unwanted guests and tidy up, basically. The keys are QA, ZM, alternate keys that way, and what we got? So Q moves up, down, alternative left and right. One to pause the game, and pressing an action key will reset the game. Right, okay, so I should be able to do that. So BM will work, Z and AZ, QA and AZ. Right, okay, let's give it a go. So we've got to clear out the things. So I guess we just bump into them to clear out the squatters. And then we've got we've got Brain Stuff after that. So we'll have a little look at that. 1988 this was re-released in, so that's the date of this set of re-releases is 1988. No idea what it's like. I haven't tried it. I'm just literally trying it for you guys on what's on the tape. So we'll give it a try. We'll do that. I did. I might. It depends if I posted it or not. But I did play Pongo from Ocean recently. It was blooming brilliant. Really enjoyed that. And if I haven't posted it this week, I'll be very annoyed with myself for not doing so. You can put it in the comments below that you didn't post it this week, you idiot. But yeah, Pongo, I really enjoyed that. It's basically a Qbert clone for the Spectrum, and it's really, really slick. It really is good. And even with the keys being slightly off position because I'm using a +2 rather than an original 48K Spectrum, it still plays really, really, really well. This is a long loader. Pretty decent sized tape actually. I think we finally got to the 48K games over the 16K games that we've got. You got your money's worth there with that with the C15 tape, even if we didn't get onto the corridors of Genon or whatever it's called. Genon. Ghostly Grange. I wonder what... you never know. The thing about this title screen is it's not particularly exciting, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's not... The game is not fantastic when you actually get into it. You never know whether or not they, alternative software created these themselves. It's a real art, though, to be able to make sure that you don't get colour clash. I notice there's no colour clash on the windows. See the windows in the house? They've managed to make those boxes just right, that there's no colour overlaps with them. Of course, there probably wouldn't be, because they've only got the one colour on it. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Oh, you've got to be kidding. After all that, it crashed. Right, okay, let's get the PlayZX on this, because it's bound to be on there. Right, PlayZX. That was just... That's called sod's law, isn't it? You know, the other tape doesn't... I had a few little issues, but not that kind of thing. So, but anyway. Ghostly Grange. Ghostly Grange, originally released by Sparkles. Sparklers, sorry. I mean Sparkles. Sparkles sounds like is it? Sparkles is a pony for sure. Sparkles the pony. Right, okay. Let's do this one. Ghostly Grange from Sparkles. So that would have been a Sparkles just usually had a picture of the cover of the game on it, so that was usually the way with them. It would be sort of a screenshot, a bit like the original Firebirds were with the white labels and the original screenshots. One of my favourite games of all time on the Spectrum, and I think it's one of these things. It's like it's what hooks you at the time that you enjoy. But one of my favourite games, and it's not particularly brilliant or anything like that. It was Desert Burner, which is a game where you drive along a road as a motorcycle. You can shoot your gun, and you can jump holes in buses and shoot helicopters out of the sky while doing so. It's kind of a little. I kind of like it, to be honest with you. I must find I'm thinking of that kind of style of game because of, sort of jumping in the sky. One of my favourite handheld games, or handheld... so they just wiped out the title. They changed the title, look. One of my favourite handheld games back in the day, when you used to get handheld games, because my first one that I got at home, my first little mini sort of arcade game that I could play was Astro Wars, which is a remake of, was it Galaxy Wars in America? And they just reskinned it with, Grandstand reskinned it as Astro Wars. That was one of my favourites. But my other real favourite that I had was sort of later on, before anything else, and I think I got it during the time I had my Spectrum, so you could tell it quite impressed me, was BMX Flyers. I remember BMX Flyers. I love BMX Flyers. That was a brilliant little game. Really expensive to get hold of now, but BMX Flyers, I really like that, because you just sort of, as I said, jump in the sky. This is why the Desert Burner connection comes in. You can jump into the sky, and then there'll be a lady in a balloon that would carry you along for a bit, so it's like your girlfriend. You jumped up and gave her a kiss, and she would hold you in the air and fly you across the level of a little bit. But it kind of had that wheelie feel to it. You had to go up and down the levels and backwards and forwards to get past the people, and pop a wheelie at a certain point, jump a little thing if you had to, and go down and up. And those were kind of the moves, so wheelie, down, jump, and I can't remember what the other one was. It's basically the up, down, left, right, and basically on it. And I don't think there was a fire as such, but it was really enjoyable. It was a great little game. It kept me going for quite a while. It was very well designed in the way it looked and it played, and it was a great game. I remember though. Do you think about those games? Do you remember you could finish them? Do you remember that about those things? So for instance, Astro Wars. If you got the score. If you got to 10,000 points, basically, the screen could only hold. It's 10,000. Yes, 10,000. It could only hold 9,999 points. So if you got to 10,000, literally the game ended. And it didn't. Well, I don't think it gave a problem. I think it gave you like a little dot or something that appeared on the screen. It was like a bonus to the fact that you did it. So Astro Wars was completable. I don't know if BMX Flyer was, but certainly probably ran out of space for the score at some point. The other one that was definitely completable was Caveman. That was 3,000 points for Caveman. Do you remember Caveman from Grandstand? Get 3,000 points on that, you complete it. There was also Star Force. And the thing about Star Force is I really wanted that for Christmas. When my parents we went to Woolworths, and they used to have them set out. If you remember, in Woolworths, they used to have the whole little handheld set out, so you could kind of try them, and they had them plugged into the mains as well and everything. So they had Star Force there, and I remember getting dragged away by my parents. I'd been there for a while playing, and they'd come back over, and I got dragged away by them, and I was like, "That's the one I want for Christmas. I really, really, really want that one." You know, this is oh, there's beer to be drank. You know, this is the one I want for Christmas, and I had about a score of about 2,900 points. And when I got it home for Christmas, this is the last part, I finished it that first go on it with 3,000 points, and 3,000 points it finished. I was kind of disappointed because if I'd known it was going to be so easy to finish it after that, and if I'd stayed long enough in the shop and I got to 3,000 points, I'd have probably never made them buy that one. But I had quite a fancy joystick, so I don't begrudge it. Right, so let's. I'm the ghost here. This is me. I've got to collect the beer, I think. Yeah, I've got to collect the beer. Gate crashes. Beer. I'm floating, by the way. It actually floats downwards, and he's got a bit of. I'm guessing I don't hit them though. I think I just have to collect the beer. Yeah, I think I just have to collect the beer because I think these things will kill me. Yeah. Oh, there was a voice. Oh dear. Oh dear. I can't get away from this one now though because I've got dropped through the thing on top of him. Ah, right, okay. So the aim of the game is to collect. Oh dear. The aim of the game is to collect the beer. Because beer comes in like tins like tuna, doesn't it? You remember when beer came in tins like tuna? Yeah. I don't remember it coming in tins like tuna, but apparently it did. Oh dear. Oh, that holds his position. So that holds him at that level. Right, so down holds him in position. The floating is a bit. I'll hold him in position, I can move faster. There is actually obviously some advantage to be able to hold position. Right, okay, I'm going to go up here. It's a maze with some bits and... Oh my god, I got killed by TV screen. Radio and Rocky... Radio the Rocky or something like that, was that? Gate crashes. That's actually alright. It's not bad at all. Collection game with a bit of gravity involved in it. Not particularly exciting gravity, but there's gravity there. Plays okay. Oh dear, I like the voice. Right, okay, and up we go. Oh god. I was hoping I could get sugar. There's skinheads. Skinheads in the shrubbery. Oh, so they're Dr. Martens, basically. That's what they are. Dr. Martin boots. Skinheads in the shrubbery. Oh, so they're all references to the people breaking into his house and, you know, affecting him. There's more skinheads in the shrubbery. Oh, it just looped round itself there. That was just coming around the other side of that building. That was alright. Wouldn't, you know, it's not bad. It's not a bad game, actually. I quite liked it. It wasn't, not, you know, it would have kept me entertained back in the day. Most definitely would have kept me entertained. Right, so what we got next? So let's read the intro for the next one when we do this one. Okay. Back to the tape. This is Brainstorm. Now, Brainstorm. What are we meant to do in Brainstorm? Okay, I'm going to try and read it to you. One day, Robin Banks was travelling the universe, zapping aliens, and generally minding his own business. I'm not entirely sure he's minding his own business, zapping aliens. You know, there he is, just blasting aliens out of the sky for no particular reason whatsoever. Oh, look, there's an alien blast! You know, that doesn't sound like minding your own business at all, does it, really? Anyway, sorry, bite, go off on a tangent there. when he was sucked into Professor Brainstorm's warp tunnel. Now he finds himself inside the Professor's castle. There we go, there's a picture of it. Bubble Bus Software Castle. Surrounded by hungry clones. And so there's lots of people in there acting like Robin Banks, i.e. Robin Banks. He's Robin Banks, get it? Robin Banks. Oh God. There's lots of clones in there blasting him with, basically, minding their own business and probably blasting clones, to be fair. To escape the castle, his only hope is to use a special weapon that he's found to combat the dreaded guardians of the tower and escape. Escape is if escape is even possible. The buttons are thrust, which is Q, OP, pick up is A, and any key on the bottom is to fire laser. 1 to 4 is to repair damage, in-game pause, right? So basically, he was minding his own business blasting aliens, got sucked into a castle where he's going to mind his own business blasting aliens, because that's what he does. It's like a day out with Doom Guy, isn't it, really? So what would you like me to do today, Doom Guy? I think we'll just kill some things. Just shoot them dead. I mean, there he is blasting a shotgun. He's a bit of a shit shot, though, if you look at the way he's kind of blasting into nowhere. There's creatures with huge teeth. Shoot the ones with teeth, pal. I'm surprised he's not doing drinking at the same time as doing this, you know, drinking and doing that. Last one we had ghost drinking. That was just ghostly beer. Beer in small tins like cat food. Very bizarre. Brainstorm. There's nothing really brainy about it. It's just they called the word professor in the title, didn't they? They stuck a word professor in it, and then that was it. Apparently I can pick up items in it, though. I'm not entirely sure why we're picking up items. It doesn't tell us why we're picking up items. But apparently we can pick up items, so... Do you know what? We haven't had for a while. It's one of them fancy loaders. They've all been proper original Spectrum blues and yellows and cyan and red, unfortunately. Caught myself out there with a little sneeze. A little sneeze. I hope it's a lovely day where you are. It's a lovely day where I am. It's beautiful. The sun's out, and I'm sat indoors with the curtain shut. Well, actually, I haven't quite got the curtain shut. I mean, because my sort of gaming space is in the middle of the house. We've got a sort of it's not quite a conservatory. It's like a sunroom that's attached to it because it's got a solid roof. So that was a great move. Though my wife was like, I don't want it to be a conservatory. I want a solid roof on it so that it kind of the heat doesn't get so bad in it. So we've got one of those, but works lovely. But because of that, I don't get sun shining right through. So although there's light in the room, there's plenty of light. It's not blasting through the whole thing, which is a good thing. Got a little sniffle on now. Oh, I've run out of coffee. We're out of coffee. Uh-oh, bad news. Episode over. Coffee's over. Oh, it's almost coffee time anyway. I might get another one shortly. She may deliver one, but she's hiding in a space in the garden again. She helped out with a video, which I probably published today, actually, the other day. She sat in the background while I drove trucks. Oh, here we go. By T. Prosa? Anyway, right, let's go. So number 5 to start. 1 for keyboard. Yep. Keyboard. Oh, it's S to start. I thought it was 5. So here we are. There's the thing. Let's pick up that key. I assume that opens the door. I must try and escape his thing. It's like a little Jetman, isn't it? There's another key. I've got 2 keys now. I've died. It throws you back a whole room when you die. It's got that kind of jetpack feel to it. That's the door I can't get through. It's got that kind of jetpack feel to it, but at the same time... oh god, I'm nearly dead. It's got that... There's a few feelings of Underworld here that kind of appear. I could pick up that key as well. There's a red one. There's a pelican. I don't know why his building's got killer pelicans in it. That's quite funny. Green door. That cyan one should open as well. Alright, there's specific patterns on them as well. Oh, interesting. I'm guessing we can just collect them all because I don't seem to be able to drop them. I like his walking. I'm going to stomping across here. There's another key. That's clearly the one that we've just had down here. That opens this one that takes us through where the pelicans are. The killer pelicans. There we go. This should open this door. There we go. Right. We've got a bucket. We have a bucket. There's quite a little bit of exploration here. He's a bit bouncy when the movement comes, but it's not a bad little game actually. I mean, obviously, Robin Banks here is a bit of a lunatic, but it's all right. That's a damage replacement thing. That thing. And we got dropped that key. I'll go this way. Need to definitely map this one. It's one of those games when you're a kid, you know, you get your old pen and paper out and you map it because I'm going to get properly lost in this, I think. What's this? I've now got a fire extinguisher. I'm not sure what that'll do for me, but I've got a fire extinguisher. Lots of keys here. I've got the key for that one. That was handy. Just swap the keys when you see them, I think, is the answer to that. I haven't got that cyan key. Oh, the cyan key. Magenta key. Right. So I'm going back the way I came. I'd say it's okay. I mean, it definitely requires a bit of mapping, without a doubt. It's not a bad game. I think if I'd got this back in the day, I'd have probably played it for quite a significant length of time. I don't think I would have been a problem with me playing it. I think it would have been a game that I would have definitely played. Oh, do you know something? I forgot all about shooting. I've explored 2% of the Brainstorm's castle. That tells you that's a blooming massive castle. That's a huge castle. Huge. Right, okay, one more game. One more game. This is the Pentomania, which basically looks a bit like it could be something to do with Tetris type things, but we'll give it a try. So we'll give that one a load, did it? Let's go for it. We'll have a go with this one. Tiny bit of tape left, so it could be quite a quick loader, I'm thinking. Maybe. Right, let's read the instructions and see what this one says. And if you haven't already voted, go back an episode and check which one of the computer hits, or computer hits 3 with what you want. Pentomania is a puzzle game in which you as the player must fill different white shapes with coloured pentonymos. So it's like so although it's Pentomania, it's dominoes types things. Dominoes with more sides, basically, it actually says. You must use each shape only once, since the higher levels... Since the higher levels, 9 and over, all need to be pieces to finish. Right, okay. Oh, the controls are bad. Cursor keys. R to rotate, M to mirror. R to rotate, M to mirror. Okay, we'll give that a try. We'll see what happens. Pentomania. It's basically about putting them all together in patterns on a table, I'm guessing, or a shape. So we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens with this one. Not one I've played before, to be honest with you. Quite enjoyed that. I did quite enjoy that Ghastly Grange. It was pretty simple, but it was okay. And I quite enjoyed that last one as well. I think if I'd got them back in the day, I'd probably spent more time on them. I think they were in games that I would have actually spent quite a lot of my time just sort of getting into and doing and trying and playing. I think they'd be really good. Okay. Just loading. Just loading. We're just waiting. Patiently. Almost there. So we're up to volume 6. A couple more volumes, depending on whether or not you chose the one with the 5 games on or the one with 10 games on. Depends on what I do for the last couple of episodes. You must use these shapes once, and since the higher levels 9 are over, need to be the finishing moves. Right, okay. Careful, plan every move. 1. Level 1. Okay. 1. Select the shape. A. Alright, okay. Rotate. Space. 3 to locate. Move to the desired position. No? Did not work? 3 to locate. What am I doing wrong here? Press space to move shape. I don't know what's going on here. That's not working for me. The arrow key will move to the grid point. Yeah, okay. Space to move. Okay, that's fine. We'll just select another shape. B. Two. Three to locate. So 3 to locate. It hasn't moved it though. And what am I missing there with the instructions? Can you see anything special about that? Arrow keys will move to a key point to desired position on the grid. Then press space to move to the shape. So say I want it here. Say that's my position there, that I want it. Doesn't do anything. Yes, I really want to quit. Not too impressed by that one. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Generic Demon. We'll leave it there and we'll see you next week. Alright then, bye now.